a twin flame union on a physical level, your true destiny in this timeline? Or would it hinder you on your spiritual journey and prevent you from attaining your highest level of consciousness and therefore completing your true destiny as a twin flame? Stick with me until the end, because I have a lot of information to give you. But first, if you find that my videos are helpful and could be for someone else, please press the like, subscribe, and share buttons, because this will determine the longevity of this channel. Okay, not too long ago, I was in a very difficult way when it came to a number of people that I was working with who were twin flames. And there was so much anger and resentment and bitterness that I was really getting ready to take a very long sabbatical from talking to people, because I felt I just couldn't get through due to the density with them, even though they were highly intelligent and had accomplished a great deal in this lifetime, even to the point where they had very high level university degrees and were very successful in their careers. So I went to prayer on this, and I asked God specifically. I said, I know in their hearts the intention that these individuals have. I know that they are good people, and I know that if they had a physical twin flame union, they would do right by their counterpart. Why is it that so many cannot come into physical union that have the qualities to develop on the higher levels? And I immediately got an answer. And I heard it is because the children of earth are selfish and greedy and self-absorbed, and that many are not ready to begin the journey back to my source that created them, the willingness to sacrifice the ego that dictates social standing and the appearance on a large scale. And this is why twin flames are unable to see who and what they really are. And many that do putting it on the back burner because their presence, the way they appear to the world, their investments in real estate, in the stock market, perhaps in a marriage that is very dysfunctional and even has violent tendencies where there is absolutely nothing in common, but it is presented as just the opposite. All of this is for the sake of the ego. And it never reflects the true highest purpose of the twin soul on earth. For twin rays, also known as twin flames, to gain that ability to recognize one another, they have to have that deep spiritual awakening that gives them the awareness of who they are and what they really came here to do. Now, not everybody will awaken in the same way, nor will everybody realize that they are actually having a spiritual awakening. Some of them come in childhood through very dark circumstances, be it abusive and narcissistic parents, otherworldly apparitions and manifestations that are coming from the darker side, extreme child abuse, or they can come through beautiful experiences because they were wanted children and raised in a very loving environment that could be centered around organized religion, Christianity, or any non-denominational spiritual practice. The mere fact that they were loved and wanted could open their soul to their creative talents and ways to express those abilities. But when the soul is closed to anything but the material and the outer appearance, this indicates that the soul is in the mode of survival. And many individuals stay in this throughout their lives. When a soul begins to face the shadows in themselves and others, they are opening to the higher consciousness. They are seeing the divine, because only the divine source of God can bring you out of the bondage that the lower ego keeps you in, whether it is within yourself or those who are wielding power and trying to oppress. So, when we come to that awareness that we are a twin soul, and we want so desperately to reflect on every level what the journey back to the God source really is? Many well-meaning souls will go into deep obsession over this. And because they are empathic, they will visualize what a physical union with their twin flame should be and what it could be. And they will spend so much time visualizing it and putting their energy into it that it becomes an obsession to the point they are pulling apart every choice their twin has made in this life, including the marital or the live-in partner they may have chosen. And these comparisons are always going back and forth about why they would be better suited for their twin flame and the purpose of bringing in children together and having a divine life and living together. But unfortunately, it's all based on fantasy, because at this point, neither one are ready to make that trek together. If your twin flame is not recognizing who and what you are, it is because they don't have that ability, and they are not meant to recognize it at this time, because there are many lessons that they need to learn through the choices that they have made in this lifetime. And if you are on the other end of the spectrum and have been ruminating over this, perhaps for decades, you are missing out on your main purpose for being here in this incarnation as a twin flame in separation. Because it is all about coming back to the God source. So any kind of worry that is keeping you up at night, it doesn't matter what it is, but if your twin flame is occupying your thoughts all of the time to the point you are obsessing, you are not putting your faith and your trust in God. Because when you have full faith and full trust in God, you are not going to lose any sleep over why you aren't in a physical union with your twin, why they are not recognizing you, or why they have chosen to stay where they're at, even if they've admitted their connection. Surrender is the path to reconnecting to the divine. And it is so important because twin rays at opposite ends of the spectrum may need centuries, not just years, but centuries, to attain their connection with the God source. Because when the energy is on people and what people think and the flesh, the focus is on something that is not eternal, that is perishable, that is going to end at some point. And the God source never ends. God is eternal. And this is the realization that you are to come to in separation. Now I'm going to go to the fun part. The part that I have enjoyed many times through the unions that I have witnessed that have come into a full-blown marital commitment and have remained so until the time of transition from this earth. And in every case of twin flame union that I have seen on a physical level, there wasn't a willful, forceful energy with the one who was being blocked or ghosted from their twin. All of these twin flames had contact. They were seeing each other. They were not going silent or ghosting the other one. They may have had cold feet because marriage is a very big step. There was a divorce in the past where one got worked over and they were really hesitant. Or one was hesitant to leave an abusive marriage because of the fear of what others thought. Now, these cases are in my book, Twin Flames Beyond the Veil of Illusion, if you haven't read it. And I do give accounts of twin rays and twin flames, all the same, I've worked with through the years. But nothing can keep them apart. And as far as spiritual knowledge, spiritual development, not all of them were all the way there. And in fact, a number of them didn't really even know what twin flames were until I pointed it out when they were further in their communication with me. All they knew was that they were willing to go the mile for that person. They wanted to be with that individual. They didn't care what they had to sacrifice. When it came down to it and all of the truth came out, they were willing to cut their losses financially. They were willing to let go of family and friends that disapproved because they couldn't be without their twin. I have seen couples start over in dire circumstances, but they pulled out of it. They became successful together because they shared that glorious physical path. So, if you are even in somewhat connection with your twin, but you are having to do all of the work, and there is no contact or no physical contact, be it sexual or on a platonic level, unless you instigate it, then you know that you are not in divine timing because your soul is in a constant state of upheaval. And that is not sacred. It is not divine. I hope this video has helped you. I am sending you great love and many blessings on your journey.